Will Matas Buzelis make the all-rookie first team or second team? Me and Pat are going to discuss that, as well as the future of Ayo Dosunmu, somebody who, since his injury, hasn't really been talked a lot about. We're going to talk about all that and more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat, the designer, host, and creator of the Windy City Breeze, and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central and Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Pat, a lot's been. I love the fact that our rookie Matas Buzelis has been getting a lot more acclaim now that the season's over with. I don't know if you've seen it, like Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report. I think even ESPN has already done a redraft, and of course, Matas Buzelis is going. I think the lowest I've seen him go in any of those redrafts was in the top 3. Yeah. But with the award seasons popping up, you know that after all the individual awards, that's when all the all teams are announced. Where do you think Matas Buzelis is going to sit right there on one of those all-rookie teams?
I think his best case scenario is probably all-rookie second team. We kind of touched on this a little bit, I think, in a random passing, but I just think it's going to be tough to make that all-rookie first team with the fact that it only happened in a half a season. And the half a season was really good. The second half of the season was solid. Still some ups and downs in there, as you would expect in a rookie season, but it was really good to see Matas Buzelis be able to break through that rookie wall. I can't remember the last rookie we saw break through the rookie wall. I mean, like, is it Derek?
No, Laurie broke through the rookie wall, but it was just like the last 12 games of the season. I know he had the rookie wall, but then he came back on. I think it was like 12-ish games of his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken.
I give you that. I don't remember that. We also were losing a lot, so it didn't.
Yeah, really... I mean, we were overall losers. So it's
but I mean, like it's not an easy thing to do to break through the rookie wall. People talk about it like it's just something that should naturally happen, right? And Matas Buzelis doing it, I think, does make a really good look on him coming out of this season. Now, the problem with that is, though, before he got the opportunity to even get through the rookie wall, he wasn't playing much. He was just up and down. He didn't really have a ton of opportunity to show what he could do. Zach LaVine, of course, was on the floor. And so a lot of the focus was going to Zach, getting the ball to Zach and different things like that. I just think it's going to be tough for him to make that all-rookie first team. Second team, I do think, is there because you got names on there like Isaiah Collier. Donovan Clingan was – I'm sorry. That was a disappointment for me. It wasn't bad, but I expected more out of Donovan Clingan this season. I could see Matas taking one of those spots. But I mean, listen, I think your top 5 on the first team are probably Castle. Rishad Shea probably makes it because he finished the season a little bit stronger than he started. Sarr finished the season stronger than he started. Khalil Ware is on there. And then probably Jalen Wells.
So right now, the projections for all rookie first team are Stephon Castle, Rishad Shea, Jalen Wells, Alexander Sarr, Zach Giddey. And then second team, Zach Giddey over Khalil Ware.
He might not make it. More. He might not make it if Edey getting first team. That's nuts.
No, because then the projections for the second team right now are Bub Carrington, Matas Buzelis, Kyle Filipowski, Yves Missy, and Khalil Ware.
Filipowski was worse than Clingan.
Listen, Filipowski had some moments, but if Filipowski's making the all-rookie second team, I feel good about it.
Matas better be on that team if Filipowski's making
If Filipowski makes the all-rookie second team and Matas Buzelis is not on that all-rookie second team, we riot.
Did I miss the no. He had a couple of nice games, but he
had some nice games. I'm not gonna say he didn't have some nice
sitting here,
games.
I'm like, did I miss? I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't tap in with the Filipowski on a weekly basis. Was Filipowski nice like that? I mean, 9-6. I guess that's solid.
Yeah, he put up a P. Will season his rookie year.
Yeah. I mean, P. Will put up a P. Will season his rookie year. He's been the same dude his entire life.
So it looks like February and March were his biggest. In April, he averaged 10 points in February, 15 points in March.
Shout out Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah, fuck Kyle Filipowski, man. Maybe he got away from that crazy girl. That was effective.
Was that I do remember that being a thing.
That's the only reason he dropped to the second round, because teams were freaked out by the girl he was dating.
The girlfriend was a little weird. Yeah.
So
Kyle Filipowski hooped in the second half of the season, actually. Now that I'm looking at it.
You gotta wear girlfriend. Why is she around? First of all,
we both passed it.
Yeah. But also that Utah Jazz team in the second half of the season, if I'm not mistaken, they had a lot of injuries there. So Filipowski had nothing but to get up shot.
Injury.
Yeah. So, they finished that season with Cody Martin, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, Laurie Marketing, John Collins, KJ Martin, Elijah Harkness, all out. So, yeah, there's shots to go around.
I guess that's probably why, too. I was going to say, I would have Isaiah Collier on the list before I had freaking Kyle Filipowski on the list.
Yeah, I it's the games played for Collier for sure. It's probably what's holding him.
He played
back.
71 games. It's a lot of games.
He played 71 games?
He played 71 games this season.
Hey, bro, why does Isaiah Collier kind of look like No Neck Jay?
A little bit, actually. A little bit. You got to think about it. The second you said that, I was like, yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just a little No Neck Jay-ish going on there.
So what was the list? So no Yves Messi on that list. Then?
No, Yves Messi was.
Was he on that list?
Yeah,
okay,
he's on the list. Yeah.
No clinging. It was no clinging and no Collier on the list.
Yeah.
I'd go Isaiah Collier over freaking Kyle Filipowski.
I mean, technically, Kyle Filipowski put up more numbers.
If we being real though, all of those names to me are below Matas.
Yeah, facts.
But
bro, I don't know. Yves Messi. I don't know how much Pelicans ball you watched. Yves Messi defensively, he was.
Yeah, that's true. He was a better defender. Matas was a better offensive player to me.
Yeah, Yves Messi had himself a defensive season last year where it was just like, hey, they got them one there.
Yeah, Yves Messi is he looked like he could be the third Thompson triplet. You know what I mean? Like you look at his game, you're just like, oh, like you're not scared of LeBron James.
No, he was not.
You know what I mean? Like, it's you're not terrified of Jokic standing across from you. You know what I mean? I hope that Matas does get an all-rookie team. I think he deserves it. If we're being honest, and I think this is the tough part about it, right? Because you have to take the full season into account. He's not going to make it. I would not put Matas below Zachary Richachet. I think he's a better player. I would not put Matas below Alex Starr. I think he's a better player. I wouldn't put him below Jalen Wells. I think he's a better player. It's Stephon Castle. It's Khalil Ware. And it's only because they're making an impact. And one of those guys is making an impact on the playoff team, kind of. I think they're getting clapped tonight. But prepare yourself, Heat fans, Ringo. But outside of that, like I wouldn't put Matas below anybody else on this list of players. And by the way, two of those dudes are 1 and 2 in the draft this year.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, we'll see what happens, man. Rob, bro, like Rob has been talking to himself a lot in the chat. Like, bro, you need a puppy or something? Bro,
Rob having a conversation, man.
Hey, Rob's a big supporter. Big supporter on all the channels. Got much love for Rob,
man. I like Rob.
Yeah, Rob's good people, bro. Rob's good people. He's just, he
is talking to himself a little bit, but we see you, Rob. We see you having the conversation.
Is there any case to be made before we finish this segment that Matas can get into the all rookie first? Is there any case that you think, any way, any argument or angle that you could take for that?
Who votes on it? Is this the players or is this the coaches?
All rookie, I think, is still the media.
Is it the media?
I could be wrong on that.
If it's the media, that's the case. Because to me, I think the media even realizes. First off, here's the thing: just about every team that didn't select Matas realizes. Just about every media member that didn't have Matas top 5 realizes. Oh, we messed up.
Okay, so no, all rookie teams are voted by head coaches, and the head coaches are not allowed to vote for their own players.
He probably doesn't get it then.
My question on this is like Is Taylor Jenkins still getting a vote even though he's fired? Like is Mike Malone still voting because they were the coach? Like, how does that work?
Hey, if you send me that thing and I'm fired, bro, I'm throwing it in your face, bro. Hey, I'm voting 600 times for the worst rookie. I'm putting Bronny James as number one, dog. Like, you know what I mean?
That's funny, bro. That is hilarious.
Yeah, that is a good question. That is a good question.
Yeah, that's just something that just popped up in us talking about it. But let's move on, man. We're gonna continue the conversation. We're gonna be talking about Giddey. Should Josh Giddey be a most improved player finalist? He was completely left off that list. But first, we got to get to the message from Game Time. There's nothing like the atmosphere of an NBA playoff game. Every bucket, every defensive stop, every moment feels huge. It's electric in the arena, and with Game Time, you can be part of it without the stress of last-minute ticket hunting. Game Time makes it fast and easy to get playoff tickets. Even when demand is sky high, prices on the app actually go down as tip-off gets closer, and the last-minute deals can save you up to 60%. Here's why I use Game Time. Last-minute deals save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, theater, and more. The all-in pricing means no surprise fees at checkout. What you see is what you pay. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code. That's LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. More Locked On Bulls coming up next. All right, Pat. Josh Giddey. I'm not expecting Josh Giddey to win Most Improved Player of the Year. I want to be clear there, right? I think he came on too late in the season. It's Cade Cunningham's award to lose, in my opinion. But are you a little surprised that he was left completely off the finalist list?
No.
Okay.
Because this is not the first time we've seen Josh Giddey do this. In fact, this is not even the best time we've seen Josh Giddey do this. 2022 is Josh Giddey's best season. You can't have a most improved player when you didn't even improve on what your best season is. I get the circumstances around it. I think that we lock in a little bit more on that than most people do, though, because it's the team that we covered. So I'm not surprised by this at all. I think the scoring uptick was a little bit surprising from Josh Giddey, but again, Josh Giddey 2022 was 17 points a game average. He was facilitating the basketball at a high clip. It's when he came on the scene that's why people were so surprised by the fall off that he had the next season, which I don't know why they were surprised, because it made him I don't even know what like if you think about that team, he kind of was the power forward on that team. Like he was like the shooting guard, power forward. He didn't have the ball in his hand, which is the problem. And to me, I think that because of that, I'm not shocked that he's not in running for most improved player. I think I will say I kind of agree. I think Bradley Beal's the one that said it. I kind of agree with Bradley Beal that like if a rookie finally ends up living up to what we expected of him as a number one overall pick, do we give that guy the most improved player?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the weird. Like I've said it before. Most improved player just needs to be changed to the player that's having the best season while on a rookie scale deal, because that's basically what it's turned into. Like Dyson Daniels, I can understand him being on the list, but like I said, like he's getting a lot of credit for steals while still not being a really great on-ball defender. But nonetheless, he set basically a record with steals. You got to give him some credit for that. Yeah. Zubac has had a great season also, make no mistake about it. But like, I know you said that we've seen Josh Giddey do it before. We haven't. Like, Josh Giddey's never had a run like he had on the second half of the season. But I do think there is some of that of, well, he's been on a playoff team. He's performed really well before. So what does he do? He's went on a team with worse expectations, and he has a larger role. Yes, he should put up more points. But it's like, I don't know, man. You know, between Kobe last year, which at least he was a finalist, being snubbed because he still should have won over Maxey last year, and now Josh Giddey's just like the award, the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really, it needs more of a clear outline to me, in my opinion.
I think you gotta refresh on that February through March or January through March that Giddey had in OKC when he was getting on the scene. But the one thing I will say that I think has improved, if you're going to make a case for Giddey on it, his defense was much better than he was in that OKC season. And his 3-ball was much better than it was in that OKC season. It's just those things hadn't developed at all in him yet. And OKC was just not a good basketball team at that point. You know what I mean? Like, it was literally like, we got Giddey. Who else is
he put
playing?
up 15 points and 18 points in February and March. He put up over 20 on way better shooting with a higher roll. He's not the same to me.
He put up 15 points and 18 points.
15 points in February in the 2022-23 season and 18 points in that March. But yeah, it still wasn't what he did in February and March this year.
I mean, I to me, I feel like that was where he had his best numbers. He showed a ton of the skill that we've already seen, and he was efficient at doing it. I don't think we're seeing anything differently. I think what's different defensively, I'll give him credit for, and what's different from the 3-ball. But outside of that, like, I wasn't surprised that Josh Giddey became this player. I was surprised he became this player that we could play him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
when his fourth quarter numbers started to explode, it was like, ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, part of that too was his ability to get to the free throw line, which is 100%. Different than any part in his career. Like, that recognition, and that just comes with growing and getting more experience in the NBA. You start realizing how to get your spots, right? Yeah. And then that craftiness, and that's going to be a really big part of Giddey's game. I've said it before. I think it was on Central. I don't know if it was here, but like, the thing about Josh Giddey's game is that once he gets to whatever his prime is, because his game isn't based on athleticism, he's probably going to stay there to maybe like the last 2 years of his career. Yeah. Whatever his prime ends up being, he's going to maintain that for a very, very long time.
No, yeah, and listen, the thing that I wonder about, right, is how does Josh Giddey change his body at all? If he does he add more muscle to again? He's 22 years old. Yeah. He's not even 25 is your prime, like when you should be the strongest. In your right when you're getting your grown man body. He ain't even got there yet. Yeah. Right? What's Josh Giddey gonna be like at 25? What's Josh Giddey gonna be like at 29? Right? Like, I think there's a lot to say about this young man's game that hasn't been unlocked here, and it's why I think he'll be back here with the Chicago Bulls next season. And I just, to me,
if you imagine if they don't re-sign Josh Giddey. Could you imagine what
Peter Patton got fired? It wouldn't.
No, I'm not saying to surprise us. I'm just saying the way that the Chicago media is going to be like, and you know what's funny? Because so much of the Chicago media was like, we can't believe in this run, but I bet you they'll flip if Josh Giddey leaves and walks, and they'll be like, how can you let a guy who finished the season? It's like, come on, bro.
I think a lot of people would look at it and just go, okay. Because Chicago media is to the point, you got to think Chicago is jaded at this point, right? It has been 10 years since we've won a playoff series outside of the sky.
Yeah.
2015 is the last time that I believe any team in this city won a playoff series. So it's kind of like there isn't really especially with the Bulls, it's very much okay, you're not a superstar though, so we don't really care. Like, Bulls fans, Bulls media, Bulls fans all around are kind of just like, somebody become a superstar.
No, but I in the sense of the impact, but I think if they let Josh Giddey walk away after trading Alex Caruso for him, now there is going to be a reaction, regardless of how they feel about the player. I'm talking about the management of assets. There will absolutely be a reaction if Josh Giddey was to walk away for nothing this offseason after making so much acclaim about the acquisition of that, the getting young youth. There's going to be a reaction to this. There's not going to be he wasn't a superstar. Cool, you let him walk away. It's going to be that, regardless of who he is as a player, AK, you're still stupid because you let him get away for nothing.
Hey, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Outside of us, CHGO Bulls, and your channel, Muzz really ain't talking about the Bulls. When you turn the radio on, ain't nobody talk about the Bulls.
Well, yeah. I mean, because the
biggest
stories right now.
TV on, ain't nobody talk about the Bulls.
And because we know Chicago's still a Bears city. Like, if there's a chance for the Bears to be good, it doesn't even matter what the reality is. They're going to be talking about a lot more. Boy,
the Bears, they played in 3 months.
Bro, but listen.
Hey, they do not.
But Ben Johnson hiring, right? That alone kept everything afloat.
That's true. Ben Johnson,
for months, right? Like, you're going to eat off that. The draft, you have a top 10 pick. They're going to eat off that. Yeah, the Bears haven't played in 3 months, but there's been a lot of reason to talk about the Bears.
But when you get to mock draft number 76, You would think the Bulls would sneak in there.
First of all, y'all dropping 800 mock drafts in a 2-month period need to stop it, bro.
Hey, bro, when you get to mock draft number 94, you would think it'd be like, hey, man, what y'all think about this Giddey dude? Nah, I don't really care. So what about you? What are your thoughts on if the Chicago Bears drafted Shamar Stewart? And when I see that on the show, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Like,
no, bro. There was an article I read the other day. It was like reasons why the Bears should take Amari and Hampton at number 10. I said, all right, y'all just bored. Y'all really just bored, fam. Come on.
Yeah, man. Hey, I mean, it's sad to say, but it's just the Bulls have really fallen into this world of like, we'll pay attention to y'all when it matters. And so I think like there would be a day where people would be like, oh my God, I can't believe you got rid of Josh Giddey. And then that day would pass and they would be like, can we get one more mock draft in? The draft is over. But one more. I got one more idea.
Got one more in me.
Hey,
you know, there's going to be the day. The thing I hate the most is morning of mock drafts when you're like, the final mock draft. Stop it.
I know. You know what I hate the most, and you know it's coming. And they will do this before they talk about the Bulls getting rid of Josh Giddey. Way too early predictions for next year's mock draft.
That does happen. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey man, before we get into this final topic, talking about Ayo Dosunmu's future, we do want to let you guys know all about our sponsors over at Amazon Fire TV. Listen, did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with a Fire TV Stick 4K device. No console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe, and sign in to Xbox Game Pass Unlimited with EA Play, and you're ready to play. Dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 25 to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Avowed. As easily as you stream your favorite show, it's gaming made simple, and it's all on your Fire TV. I wonder what the lag on that is, though.
Oh no, it's actually pretty good.
Is it quick? If you
got good internet connection, it's really
I
good.
might have to tap in on that because I'm just like, what if I'm playing like 2K and all of a sudden I'm getting dunked on because my defender got their latest hack?
As long as you ain't got Stacey King's internet,
don't do Stacey like that. He upgraded the internet. In that castle he got. Latest technology for elevated playing with Wi-Fi 6 and 6E and auto low latency mode. Advanced technology. Fire Stick TV delivers smoother, more responsive gameplay with lightning fast speeds. You need to stay competitive. Well, if I'd read one more line, I'd have had the answer. Endless entertainment with 4K streaming. Watch more than 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribed services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. Affordable and portable gaming and TV all in one place. And listen, all you got to do is head to Amazon.com/Fire TV to get started. Xbox Game Pass, unlimited. Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required, available on select devices, including Fire TV 4K second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube third generation. More Locked On Bulls coming up next.
That was your roughest ad read in a while.
Yeah, I almost had a stroke on that one.
Yeah,
that was tough. That was tough.
That's what happens, bro. When the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is talk to JC. It rots your brain, bro.
Well, Jordan JC always there with a steak.
Mr. Meaty himself.
Mr. Meaty himself, Jordan JC.
Last stop before we get out of here, Pat. Ayo. Not a lot. Like I think people talk more about Kobe White's future, even Josh Giddey's future, but Ayo is also a free agent at the end of next year. He's an expiring contract going into next season. Many people at the trade deadline actually said that Ayo Dosunmu was netting the most calls than anyone, but the Bulls really didn't have an interest in moving Ayo. They showed a big reluctance to even talk Ayo trades at this year's trade deadline. Do you think that is can you feel safe in saying that Ayo's probably coming back and that the Bulls feel pretty confident they're going to bring Ayo back? Or do you think Ayo's future is kind of more up in air than what, a lot of people are talking about?
I think Ayo's more, if I was going to put a percentage on it, I would say 65% he's back. But that may be low for an AK player, right? That is more times than not with AK guys, it's a 95% chance that he's back. Like with Vooch, what I said, 85%, 90% chance. I think Vooch is back next season. Like, I would be shocked to see the Bulls. We're always shocked to see the Bulls move on from pieces. But
now you just said nobody would be shocked if Josh Giddey leaves. Now we're shocked when the Bulls move on from pieces.
I said,
which one is it, Pat?
We're always shocked. I meant me and you. Like we would be surprised if the Bulls don't bring back Josh Giddey. The Score and ESPN will not. They'd be like, whatever. I don't. Something happened. Mock draft 98. But I do think that AK is getting to a point where it's crap or get off the pot time, especially with what's coming in the 2026 free agency. And so if you can move off of some of these contracts, and unfortunately you have to give up a guy like Ayo Dosunmu, I don't think that he would be completely opposed to it at this point, right? If all of a sudden I can get off of the P-Will money, but I got to give up Ayo Dosunmu. Yeah, that sucks. But also, we just got Trey Jones in here. Can we re-sign him?
So you're saying that the summer of 26, Ayo may be the Kirk Heinrich. Is that what you're saying?
Ayo may be the Kirk Heinrich, who's somebody that we've said Ayo kind of is anyway.
Ayo could be the Kirk. I mean, that would be really interesting to see what happens. I love how you tied in the Trey Jones thing. I'm more confident in it. You said you're about 65. I'm about 80% that Ayo comes back on the contract after next season. I just think Ayo, not only being from Chicago, not to say that matters as much for the front office. I think that matters for Ayo. I think Ayo has a lot of pride in playing for the Chicago Bulls. I think he loves doing that, but it also comes, I don't think he's going to necessarily turn down money. He's probably going to go to unrestricted free agency because of the contract that he's on and how the extension money works. And like we said before, all it takes is one team to be like, hey, Ayo, I know you're probably planning on to go back to Chicago, but we're going to give you 10 extra million.
Yeah.
And then it's like, So, we'll see. But I still feel pretty confident Ayo Dosunmu is going to be back. I think you can't keep losing defense. Like, I mean, we say that, but then Billy Donovan keeps having a solid defensive team. But, like, you would think at some point, being probably the only wing defender that we have now, because P-Will's taken such a step back, that it may give him that path to come back to the Bulls as well.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to lose Ayo. I would rather you find a way to keep him on the team because of the defensive aspect of his game. But if you bring back Trey Jones instead, right? Trey Jones is a really good defender. Doesn't have the size Ayo does. Ayo kind of can go transpositional, if you want to say. But the
transpositional is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
what position do you play? I'm actually transitional. I don't really identify.
I don't know.
And Billy Donovan. So you're saying you can play center?
I don't know if we're gonna get away with that one. But I think it's tough to lose that defense because what is Lonzo Ball? 35 games, maybe. Trey Jones doesn't have the same versatility as Ayo Dosunmu does, and nobody else is a defender on the team. You literally have no one else that plays defense.
Yeah, nobody. Well, Lonzo, but then we don't know if Lonzo's going to be.
I said that.
We don't know if, like,
you got 35 games in him.
Listen, can Lonzo play 41 games next season? That's a big question that we need to ask.
Actually, next season I don't even expect Lonzo to play because he gave you his. I don't know why I turned country right there. He gave you his 35 games for the next
covered for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're getting.
This just in, Lonzo Ball has suffered a offseason injury. He has torn his. No, I can't go with that joke.
Yeah.
Anything left, Pat? Because that's how I know that we're starting to get.
That would have been
Yep. The brain. That was nothing but Jehovah himself saying, "Haize, stop it."
He's got a blown cervix. Ain't that what Kevin Huerter had? Like.
That's crazy.
That's a real injury that Kevin Huerter had on the injury report. I'm glad that I remember you just coming in and be like, I don't know how his cervix is strained or whatever it is. I was like, I didn't even know we had those. Like, what kind of injury is this? Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love on everything. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer.
You can follow me at CEO Haize. Locked On Bulls is free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, Amazon Fire TV. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace, y'all.
What a wild comment by Haize. He's got a bruised what?
That's where I was gonna go with it. I was gonna say torn though.
Yeah.
You know, with Shannon Sharp being around, you gotta watch.
All right.